English out loud.
Picture this. You're standing right in the middle of the cereal aisle.
Oh, I know this feeling already.
Right. You're scanning the shelves, left and right, top to bottom, and you have absolutely no idea where the soy sauce is.
Because why would it be next to the oatmeal? It makes no sense.
Exactly. It makes no sense. So you're lost, you're frustrated, and suddenly a store employee in a bright polo shirt walks quickly right past you.
And you have, like, a split second to decide what to do.
Yeah, do you stop them and ask for help? Or do you just lower your eyes, pretend to be deeply fascinated by a box of cornflakes, and keep wandering in silence?
Honestly, most people just keep wondering. They choose the cornflakes.
They totally do.
No, go.
But today, we fix that. We're going to unpack the linguistic and cultural obstacle course that is the American grocery store.
It really is an obstacle course, especially if you're navigating it in a second language.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But mastering these everyday conversations is a massive confidence booster. And even if you are a native speaker, the unspoken social scripts operating in these spaces are completely fascinating.
Right, it's like a master class in human interaction, hiding right there between the produce and the dairy section.
So let's unpack this. Why does a simple trip for a carton of milk and some soy sauce feel so incredibly awkward and overwhelming?
Well, before we look at the specific vocabulary you need, we have to look at the psychology of that specific moment. Like, why do we freeze up?
Yeah, why do I suddenly forget how to speak English in aisle 4?
The core issue here is the element of surprise. These are, by definition, completely unexpected interactions.
Right, it's not a business meeting. You don't have an agenda for the grocery store.
Exactly. You can't plan a script for a spontaneous encounter. You might know the name of every vegetable in the produce section, but when that employee hurries past you, the context is entirely unpredictable.
And they're usually working quickly, right?
Oh, yeah. They speak incredibly fast, they might mumble, and they rely heavily on localized expressions or, store-specific jargon.
Stuff you won't ever find in a standard language textbook. It reminds me of taking a pop quiz in a subject you're only half studying.
That is a perfect analogy.
You're just trying to buy your groceries, and suddenly there is this immediate social pressure, and you have absolutely zero time to prepare your answer.
And that pop quiz feeling is the result of a massive cognitive spike. It's not just a vocabulary deficit. You are carrying a tremendous cognitive load in that moment.
Like your brain is doing too much at once.
Right? Think about it. Your brain is trying to process rapid-fire speech, navigate the physical space of the store, and carry the social weight of culturally required small talk.
It's like your brain is running a translation app, a navigation app, and a social media app all at the same time, and the battery is just draining so fast.
That's exactly it. You're context switching at lightning speed. So validating that anxiety is the first step. It is inherently stressful.
Okay, so knowing why that panic happens helps, but we still need to get our groceries.
We do. We have to conquer that first line of defense.
Which is finding the items. Let's start with the first of our 5 big situations. How do we navigate the aisles without wandering around for an hour?
Well, it starts with mastering a few highly functional phrases. You want to use language that is polite but direct.
Give us an example.
Phrases like, "Excuse me, do you know where I can find the," and then insert your item. Or, "Hi, I'm looking for soy sauce. Which aisle would that be?"
Which aisle would that be? It's such a smooth phrase, it feels very natural. Or even just, sorry to bother you, where would I find the almond milk?
Yeah, those are great. But the crucial part isn't just saying the phrase, it's preparing your ear for the response.
Because they're going to answer super fast.
Twice as fast as you spoke. You have to anticipate the rhythm of retail directions. You're going to hear rapid bursts like, "That's in aisle 7 on the left side."
Or with our soy sauce example, they might say, yeah, that's going to be in aisle 4 with the Asian foods bottom shelf.
Exactly. And boom, problem solved. Perfect, thank you, no problem. It's a 5-second exchange that saves you 20 minutes of wandering.
And if they don't know, they usually say, let me check for you. Right.
Yeah, they'll pull out a little handheld device. You just have to anticipate that fast exchange so you aren't caught off guard.
Okay, so we've found the soy sauce.
Yep.
But now we have to escalate things to situation number 2, the deli counter.
Oh, the deli. A highly specific American grocery institution.
It's the most intimidating zone in the entire store.
It really is, because the psychological stakes raise here. The vocabulary changes dramatically.
Yeah, you're not just throwing a prepackaged box into your cart anymore. You have to specify measurements and preferences.
Right, so you need to know terms like half a pound or a pound. And you have to know how you want it cut, like slice thin or slice thick.
So you have to string it all together. Can I get half a pound of the turkey sliced thin?
Exactly. Or you can even engage them for recommendations. What's the freshest thing you have today?
But wait, let me push back on this for a second. Why even bother learning this specialized deli vocabulary?
What do you mean?
Well, the meat is right there behind the glass, right? Can't I just point at the smoked ham and use my fingers to show how much I want?
I mean, you certainly can survive by pointing. People do it all the time. But it creates a fundamentally ambiguous interaction.
It does.
Yeah, and that actually increases the friction. Think about it from their side. Which ham are you pointing at, the honey-baked or the smoked?
Ah, because they are right next to each other.
Right. And how much is this much when you hold up your fingers? The employee then has to guess and ask follow-up questions.
Which slows down the transaction and creates a much more awkward dynamic.
Exactly. Knowing phrases like, "Can I get a half pound of the smoked ham sliced medium?" empowers you. It completely removes the ambiguity.
You transition from being a passive participant who hopes they get the right thing to an active agent directing the transaction,
This builds your confidence for the rest of the store.
which we are going to need. Because now we face situation 3, the ultimate cultural testing ground, the checkout line.
This is where the purely transactional nature of shopping collides head-on with American cultural expectations.
This is such a big deal. Because in a lot of countries, being a good customer means being fast and invisible. Silence is golden.
Put your items down, pay, nod, and leave.
Exactly. But in the US, there is this whole mandatory layer of small talk.
It is a completely normal, culturally expected routine. The cashier will ask you rapid-fire questions while scanning your items.
Like, do you have a rewards card with us, or do you want cash back?
Or paper. Or plastic.
Mm.
Though that's less common now with reusable bags.
You just have to have your quick answers ready, no rewards card, or I brought my own bag. But then comes the big one.
The question that trips everyone up.
Did you find everything okay?
What is genuinely fascinating here is the underlying function of that question. It sounds exactly like, "How are you?"
Right, where the only socially acceptable answer is, fine, thanks.
But it's not a throwaway greeting. It is a functional, genuine offer for help.
Wait, hold on. So if they ask if I found everything, I shouldn't just automatically say yes?
If you're ever in this situation, my advice is to answer honestly. If you spent 10 minutes looking for something and gave up, say so.
Okay, let's actually do a mini role play for this one.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it.
I'll be the cashier. Beep, beep. Hi there. Did you find everything okay today?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah.
But I actually couldn't find the tahini. Do you carry that?
Oh, tahini. Yeah, that's actually in aisle 3 with the international foods. I can hold your items right here if you want to run back and get it.
See? And seen. That is real customer service.
Wait, so I don't lose my place in line?
It's usually no. Or they might even call another employee over the intercom to grab it for you while they finish scanning.
I have to admit, this is wild to me. So if I just nod politely and say yes, I'm actually failing the interaction.
You are. You're assuming the cultural script is, "Be quiet and move quickly." But the actual American script is, "We want to ensure your shopping trip was successful."
That is a massive paradigm shift. It's retail strategy disguised as small talk.
They want you to leave satisfied, so you come back next week.
Okay, but what if I want to avoid the cashier entirely? Let's move to situation 4, the self-checkout.
Ah, where you trade cultural small talk for technical problem solving.
Yes, because the machines are so incredibly bossy, you step up and this robotic voice starts giving you commands.
Please place the item in the bagging area.
Or the one that induces instant cold sweat panic, unexpected item in the bagging area.
It feels so accusatory, like you're a suspect, and then the endless prompts. "Do you have any coupons? Would you like to donate to this charity?"
It's totally overwhelming. But the crucial thing to remember here is do not panic if the machine freezes.
Right. It's just highly sensitive to wait. You aren't in trouble.
So what do you do?
Just press the call for help button or wave to the attendant. You just need one phrase. "Sorry, it's not recognizing my item. Can you help me?"
I love thinking about the self-checkout machine like a strict referee. You cannot argue with a referee. Item in bagging area. Boom. Penalty.
That's so true. But if we move over to situation 5, the customer service desk for returns and complaints, the dynamic changes again.
Yeah, that situation requires you to act as your own lawyer, using your receipt as evidence.
The lawyer analogy is highly accurate. At the deli, your language is passive and friendly. At customer service, it must become assertive and objective.
You're presenting a case. Hi, I bought this last week and it was already expired. Can I return it?
Or, advocating for your wallet, "I was charged twice for this item. Could you check my receipt?"
And the responses from the employees are usually incredibly standard.
Very standard. Sure, I can give you a full refund for that. Or, do you have your original receipt?
Why are they so forgiving, though? It feels like the store is just losing money.
Because American retail is built on consumer trust and lifetime customer value. They'd rather lose $3 on an expired box of cereal than lose you as a customer.
That makes the customer service desk seem way less intimidating.
It really is. You just have to state the problem clearly, provide your evidence, and let their policy do the work.
Okay, we've covered a massive amount of ground today. Let's do a quick vocabulary recap and think about how these terms connect the experience.
Good idea.
So the next time you're stuck in an aisle looking for soy sauce, you know how to ask for help.
And when you head over to the deli counter, you know how to ask for custom sliced meats.
When you hit the checkout, you're ready to chat about your rewards card.
If you use the self-checkout and it breaks, you just wave down the attendant.
And if you get home and realize your milk is expired, you can take it back, as long as you kept your receipt.
Look at that, all woven together naturally.
We should also quickly mention a few final cultural notes. We talked about the friendly small talk and the return policies. What about tipping?
Oh, this is a big one. Tipping is absolutely not expected at grocery stores.
Never.
Never. You do not tip the cashier, you don't tip the deli worker, and you certainly don't tip the self-checkout attendant.
That's a huge relief. So what does this all mean? If you're listening to this right now, understanding these unspoken scripts transforms a stressful chore into an empowering experience.
You no longer have to freeze and pretend to be fascinated by cornflakes.
You're not just surviving the grocery store anymore. You are commanding it.
It really is about reclaiming your agency. But I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over.
Ooh, what is it?
Think about the dynamic at that checkout line. You are culturally expected to have a warm, polite chat with a complete stranger while simultaneously scanning and bagging items as fast as humanly possible.
It's community and hyper-efficiency colliding.
Exactly. How does that bizarre combination reflect a culture's broader and perhaps deeply conflicting values?
Wow. The desire to feel connected versus the absolute mandate to be quick and productive.
Right. And how does that balance compare to the way people interact in the markets or grocery stores in your own home country?
That is such a great question to take with you, because the next time you find yourself standing in that cereal aisle, you aren't just looking for soy sauce, you're navigating a whole culture.
So true.
What's the most stressful part of shopping in English for you? Let's know in the comments. We read every single one and we reply.